Hi guys, I want to start with the last note on CET that this year CET is going to be a little bit different than last year. I expect on 100 marks of paper, almost 50% of the paper is going to be changed. It's not something surprisingly new which I personally know and most people don't know. This is already, I'm talking about the evolution of CET over the last few years. I'll be comparing the CET 2010-2011 paper and then telling you what you can expect in 2012 or this year paper. Alright, so what I'm going to talk about is all on the basis of my experience over the year of CET. I've been taking CET for last 5 years now and this year is going to be my last and the final year, unfortunately, for CET. Yeah, but I'll give you a brief about what exactly you can expect in CET. So let me start on a very strong note that 100 marks of the CET paper is going to be different. Exactly what happened in 2011. The paper was not tough but different. Alright, let's talk about what has changed over the last years. Number one, verbal reasoning questions are no longer the same question which you are seeing in your normal mocks and books. Right, they have evolved. What have evolved is a pointer number 3. Inference, conclusion, assumptions combined as one question. So 2010, 2011, both the years there were 8 to 10 questions which were based on both the things combined. So yeah, you have to be conscious about these things. Alright, second thing is the level of difficulty in the logical reasoning section. Fine. Till 2009, 2010, the LR used to be the most easiest part. Deductions, everything used to be cakewalk. But 2011, suddenly they have increased the level of difficulty by a little bit. Not to worry about, not going to be very surprisingly difficult level. But yes, a little bit more than what you are used to or what you are comfortable with. Fine. So CET this year should be testing your comfort level within the logical ability sections. Alright. Moving on to the next thing is an increased number of logical puzzles and RCs. This is what have evolved in the last few years, so you have to be conscious about that. That LR, logical puzzles, and RC is going to be more. So if you have taken the other exams like CAT, SNAP, you should be comfortable with this thing because you are already used to all these things. Last is till CET 2010. Every question used to be out of 5 marks. So if you have seen my other videos and in my class that I talk about 5 by 4 by 5, 3 by 5. It's because CET used to be out of 5 questions. But last year it have all evolved. So 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks. You can expect any kind of number of questions. For example, there was a DI set which contained 7 questions. There was a logical puzzle which contained 8 questions. There was a logical puzzle which contained 2 questions. So CET have evolved. So don't go with the mindset of solving 5 questions. Fine. So what we talked about is basically what is the summary of overview of the what have changed. Fine. Going forward, I am going to talk about individual sections. Number 1, I will start with quant. Alright, quant section is going to be there for 15 to 20 marks. Last year was 25 of 1 mark. Number 1, bod mass. Bod mass was not there in CET 2011 but there in 2010. 2009, not in 2008. So it's waving, it's coming, not coming, coming, not coming. So you may expect this thing. So please do bod mass. It's very important. Next is a geometry question. People were surprised to see geometry in CET. Well, if you have taken CET 2010 paper, there was already 1 question on geometry. So don't be surprised. Be open for that. Alright, or be prepared for that. Fine. Next is quant looked different over the last couple of years, but they were very easy. Fine. There was a circle and it was a very scary figure, but the question was to find the area of a circle. So don't worry about your quant. Quant is going to be the theta. The only problem in quant is none of these options. 2011, 2010, both years contain none of these as option. Fine, which makes the quant look difficult. Permutation combination is out of quant, out of CET. 2010, 2011 is hardly there for 1 mark. So it used to be strong area of 5 marks, but last 2 years only 1 mark. Fine. So if I talk about last 2 years, there were 2 to 3 questions which were difficult. Rest everything was a cakewalk. So objective for you guys is to work on those 3 questions seriously in the CET paper. So if I want to summarize this thing, focus on equations, geometry, permutation combination. These are the 3 areas to work on, and percentages of course. Alright, so quant, what can change this year? Quant you can expect for 25 marks because quant and DI combined is going to be of 50 marks. So which was already there last year, but you can expect a little bit more quant, which contains your bod mass, data comparison and your quant. So overview, 20 marks of quant, 17 marks, very easy. Do not leave those 17 marks. Straight out of your solved example, easy questions. And you have to work hard on the remaining part. Remaining 3 to 5 questions which are going to be a little bit more difficult. Even if you can leave those questions, no worries, no harm. Alright, moving on to DIDS. Look at last 5 years paper, 2010, 2011 especially. 3 out of 4 sets were very simple, cakewalk, or like I normally say, DI without pen. One set was a calculation intensive, and if you have attended my workshop and gone through the Vedic maths and all the things, all the tricks which I've taught, it will be a cakewalk for you. It should not be difficult, but yes, one set is going to contain the little bit more calculation intensive, but 3 sets are going to be easy. So out of 20 marks, 15 marks are easy, 5 marks are a little bit difficult to get. So out of those 5 marks, if you are weak, your target should be to get 3 marks. One set calculation. And 2010, 2011, both the years this set was a double set, mean one pie chart, double pie chart, or one table and one bar chart, or 2 tables. So whenever you say multiple chart, please remember that might be a little bit more difficult than the other things. Alright, DS was moderate tougher than normally. The DS have evolved as well. And please take the options. The options are jumbled. So it's not like none of the A alone, B alone, both, none in this order. They might be jumbled up. So you have to take care of this thing. Alright, so DIDS 20-25 marks. Out of this, 15 marks of DI is very simple. It's going to be very simple. So you have to work hard for the remaining 5 marks. Moving on to the logical ability section. Now this was a surprising section last year. So very tough 28 to 30 marks puzzles which you have to take care of. Again, this year you can expect similar number of puzzles. But if you have followed the strategies which I taught in the class, or if you follow normal strategies, or try to follow a few difficult puzzles, so that you are comfortable with this area. Alright, but easy marks, trust me, they were tough, but you could have easily scored marks in this area. Moving on to the multiple logic puzzles. Now, it's not, the puzzles earlier used to be like 5 men sitting in 5 chairs, finish. Now, what have evolved last year? 5 men sitting on 5 chairs, but they have a relationship with each other. So, this is a question of your sitting arrangement and the relationship between each other. So, it's a multiple puzzle kind of thing. Fine. Another example can be the 5 people are sitting on the chairs and each of them have got a rank. So you have to do a ranking in parallel with the sitting arrangement. So there are 2 things to be taken care of. So that is what I've evolved. No more questions of 5 marks each. So they have 2 marks, 3 marks, 5 marks, 8 mark questions. Fine. Input output was tough in 2010 and 2011, but they were exactly similar question in 2010, 2011. So if you see input output question, it's better to do last year's papers. So what I'm talking about here is only the analysis of last year paper, 2010, 2011. Selection criteria question is coming every alternate year. 2011 it was not there, 2010 it was there. So you have to take care of this thing. Coding and decoding question used to be very simple, but last year was time consuming. So exactly similar thing you can expect. It's going to be easy, but it might take a little bit more time. So overall, the simple logic based question was there. So overall logic, out of this section, please expect some surprises. Fine, but don't worry, you are not the only one who is going to be surprised. Fine, so there are going to be a lot of people around you who will be surprised as you are. Fine, so please work according to that. Next section is on verbal. Verbal again 50 to 55 marks. Last year something shocked everyone was RC. Again, if you are shocked, everyone is going to be shocked. So go with the open mindset. So spotting the grammatical errors, filling the blanks, para-jumbles, closed passages, antonyms, synonyms, all these things, mark the errors are going to be there in CET, but with a different number of questions. So you have to take care of this thing. RC was a surprising factor last year. So again, you can expect a similar number of RCs. So overall verbal 50 to 55 marks, this is a scoring area. So you can expect around 40 marks, 35 to 40 marks, easy marks in this thing which you have to target. Alright, see if it's an easy question everyone can solve, if it's a tough question no one can solve. So your objective is at least to do the easy questions first. Alright, visual reasoning. Alright, 2011 visual reasoning was very easy. 2010 was very tough, 2009 was very tough. So if you are planning to leave visual reasoning or do it in the end, do not go with any kind of mindset. Alright, series based question and analogies are the things, and fill the blanks are things which are going to make the paper easy. Odd man out is something which is going to make the paper tough. So you can expect 5 to 10 marks odd man out. If it is the 5 marks, so you can understand remaining 20 marks are easy out of 25. If the odd man out is 10 marks, the paper is going to be tough. Because odd man out is a little bit difficult to handle as compared to the series based question. So overall the visual question is going to be easier. Fine. So out of 25 marks, you can easily expect 15 to 20 marks. Even though last year those who scored well, they were easily able to score 23, 24 marks out of 25. So this is the area of focus. You have to work hard in this area. Alright. Statement, assumption, inference, cause and effect, courses of action, probably true, definitely true, strong and weak arguments. All these things in verbal reasoning are important, but the first 3 are the most important. Statement, assumptions, conclusion, inference, cause and effect, and course of action. All these 3 things are going to be there for 20 marks, 18 to 20 marks. Alright, probably true, false, strong and weak arguments are not that important in CET for last 2 years. So you can expect less marks out of this topic. Fine. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you a flavor of what you can expect in CET, or you should be ready for the surprises. Fine. Cutoffs. Alright, this year I normally predict the cutoff everywhere before the exams. So this year I expect around 155 to 160 for JVMS, 145 to 150 for the top 4 and 130 plus for the top 10. This year paper, if I look at the last few years, 2010, 2009 paper was tough, 10 was easy, 11 was again tough, so 12 can be easy. So if I look from that point of view, paper is going to be easy. Alright, if I consider that this is the last year for CET, again paper is going to be easy. But last year paper was a little bit surprising. Last year paper was very tough or very different. So same thing you can expect this year as well. So I'm taking up both the area, both the sides, that paper might be different. So be open for that, be prepared for that. And last thing which I normally talk about is my favorite line. If you are being raped and you can't help it, enjoy it. Alright, so whatever the level of difficulty of the paper, please remember you are not the only one who is going to suffer. Everyone is going to be suffering. Fine, so if the paper is going to be tough, the cutoff will fall down to 145, which exactly happened in last year's paper. If the paper is easy, the cutoff will go up to 160, which happened in 2010. Alright, so don't worry at all, go for a kill. All the best. Thank you very much.